And it has now emerged that the late Francis Lotodo, the then Minister for Natural Resources, might have duped the country on the reasons for hiving off 53 hectares of forest land. Lotodo vaguely claimed that the parcel of land was meant for a fictitious school with no name or even acreage. Parliamentary proceedings of April 1998 indicating Lotodo could not even name which school the land was being hived off for.
Government might have hived off a part of Ngong Forest land for political capital. Citizen TV has obtained parliamentary records the Hansard of April 1998, indicting the then Natural Resources Minister, the late Francis Lotodo, who could not defend the reason for excising 53.68 hectares of forest land. With a Gazette notice dated 3rd of April 1998, signed off by the late Lotodo, hiving off the 53.68 hectares of land, not giving any specific reasons for the huge chunk of forest land. MPs led by backbenchers Kimilili MP Muhisa Kitui in Parliament then, in a private notice, questioned the purpose of the land. But the late Lotodo was not forthcoming with answers, only dancing around a vague answer. Kitui asking Lotodo the grounds he used to issue Legal Notice 44 on the 3rd of April 1998, de-gazetting the forest land. In his response, the late Minister for Natural Resources answer centered around a government decision to make the said controversial parcel of land for social amenities. Lotodo claiming all laid down government de-gazettement procedures as stipulated in the Forest Act were followed. Taking cognizance of the vagueness in the late minister's answer, MPs piled pressure on Lotodo to be forthcoming on why government was de-gazetting such a huge chunk of forest land. The Langata Member of Parliament then Raila Odinga indicating the forest was a rain catchment area that was being threatened from all directions, from the Bomas of Kenya, Langata Cemetery, and it was then being hived off. Odinga warning Ngong Forest was in danger of completely being wiped off. The Kimilili MP then was more deliberate in pushing Lotodo to come out clear which social amenities had the government sanctioned to occasion the carving off of Ngong Forest land. Cornered, the late Lotodo was at pains to give a satisfactory answer, only saying the 53.68 hectares of land was meant for a school. The late Homa Bay MP Otieno Kajwang charged is the minister in order to tell the House that 53.68 hectares of land can be given to a school, and if so, can he name the school? Muhisa Kitui further challenging Lotodo to tell Parliament what environmental or social value Kenyans would benefit from the allocation of the Ngong Forest land to members of the armed forces. But in a dismissive tone, Lotodo claimed Muhisa Kitui comes from Kimilili, some 500 kilometers away, but the people of Nairobi needed a school and that they had the Ministry of Natural Resources to give them 53.68 hectares. A bullish Lotodo asserting that that is exactly what he had done and there was no way one could stop the minister from doing exactly that. And just like that, the floodgates to subdivision of the forest land were opened, a government walking away scot-free. Well-connected, powerful political individuals will be the beneficiaries of the forest land. Ironically, one of the title deeds belonging to Sun Valley Developers Limited was issued on the 1st of March 1996. That is 2 years even before the Ngong Road forest land was de-gazetted. Begging the question, was the government legitimizing an illegality that had already taken place and using building of a school as a cover to hive off land that had already been grabbed? In the National Assembly, Langata MP Nixon Korir has filed a petition to stop Environment Cabinet Secretary Keriako Tobiko from proceeding with the reclaiming of the controversial Ngong Road forest land. In the petition, residents of Sun Valley Estate have appended their signatures. President Uhuru Kenyatta issued the directive on World Environment Day, ordering Tobiko to reclaim all forest land that had been set out for public use. Samogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.